A large number of paradigms have been proposed by researchers, but Candy in the year 1989, one of the leaders in the field, suggests that they all can be grouped into three main taxonomies, namely positivist, interpretivist or constructivist, critical or transformative paradigms. Researchers such as Tashakori and Tedeli 2003 propose a fourth that borrows elements from these three and is known as the pragmatic paradigm. Positivist paradigm, proposed by French philosopher Auguste Comte, used to search cause and effect relationship. It believes that there is a single reality which can be measured and known. Positivists more likely to use quantitative methods like experimental and non-experimental. Correlation is an example which focuses on cause and effect relationship. Positivist paradigm relies on deductive logic, which is formulation of hypotheses and testing those hypotheses, offering operational definitions and mathematical equations, calculations, extrapolations and expressions to derive conclusions. Measurable outcomes are undergirded by four assumptions according to Cohen, Mannion and Morrison in 2000. Determinism, empiricism, parsimony and generalizability, where determinism focuses on the events we observe are caused by other factors. And empiricism is the way we collect verifiable empirical data which support the theoretical framework chosen for your research and enables to test the hypothesis. Parsimony, the way we explain the study in the most economic possible way. And generalizability is about the results obtained in one context should be applicable to other situations by inductive inferences. Guba 1990 says, positivist cousin accepts that reality can never be fully understood, but at best only approximated. The ontology of the paradigm is naive realism and relies on the acceptance of the following five beliefs. There exists a world of material objects. Some statements about these objects can be known to be true through sense experience. These objects exist whether they are actually perceived or not. These objects of perception are assumed to be largely perception independent. These objects are also able to retain properties of the types we perceive them as having, even when they are not being perceived. By means of our senses, we perceive the world directly and pretty much as it is. In the main, our claims to have knowledge of it are justified. The epistemology of the paradigm is objectivist, and the research is purely objective based. An understanding is gained through the application of reason. As mentioned earlier, positivists more likely to use quantitative methods such as experimental. The axiology of the paradigm is beneficence, requirement that all research should aim at maximizing good outcomes for the research project, for humanity in general and for the research participants. Moreover, positivist paradigm respects privacy of participants and supports informed consent. The interpretivist or constructivist paradigm, concerned with subjective meanings as it seeks to recognize the individual's interpretation and understandings of the social phenomena. Skewant, 1994, and it emerged in contradistinction to positivism. The four elements of paradigm are ontology, epistemology, methodology, and axiology. The ontology of the paradigm is relativist, where you believe that the situation studied has multiple realities, and those realities can be explored, and meaning made of them or reconstructed through human interactions between the researcher and the subjects of the research, and among the research participants. Chalmers, Manley and Wasserman, 2005. Reality is socially constructed, hence multiple realities. The epistemology of the paradigm is subjectivist. Researcher makes meaning of their data through their own thinking and cognitive processing of data informed by their interactions with participants. The inquirer and the inquired are fused into a single entity, and their interaction leads to certain findings. The methodology of this paradigm is naturalist and supports qualitative techniques. Researcher utilizes data gathered through interviews, discourses, text messages, and reflective sessions, with the researcher acting as a participant observer. Carr and Chemist, 1986. Examples of qualitative techniques are phenomenology, grounded theory, ethnography, case study, historical and documentary research, and ethnomethodology. The axiology of this paradigm is balanced and assumes that the outcome of the research will reflect the values of the researcher, trying to present a balanced report of the findings. The critical or transformative paradigm situates its research in social justice issues and seeks to address the political, social, and economic issues which leads to social oppression, conflict, struggle, and power structures at whatever levels these might occur. It seeks to change the politics and improve the social justice, sometimes called the transformative paradigm. Attempts to unclog beliefs and practices that shackle human freedom. Scott and Asher, 2011. Stimulates teachers' creative thinking about designing curricula and assessment that are more student-centered. The four elements of this paradigm are epistemology, ontology, methodology, and axiology. The epistemology of the paradigm is transactional, where the researcher interacts with the participants. The ontology is historical realism, especially relates to oppression. The methodology of the paradigm is dialogic. Cohen et al. 2007 associate two research methodologies with critical paradigm: ideology critic and action research. Ideology critic aims to uncover the vested interests and illegitimate actions of those in authority to raise the awareness of marginalized people about an unjust social system. Therefore, a crucial relationship exists between theory, data, research questions, and interpretation. Talmy, 2010. Action research is mainly concerned with practice, which gives researchers a voice. Cohen et al. 2007. The axiology of the paradigm respects cultural norms. The pragmatic paradigm. No single point of view can ever give the entire picture, and that there may be multiple realities. Proposed as a philosophical basis for mixed methods research. Morgan 2007, Mertens 2010, Creswell 2014. Pragmatism considers what works to answer research questions. Johnson and Onweg-Bussy 2004. The epistemology of the paradigm is relational. For example, relationships in research are best determined by what the researcher deems appropriate to that particular study. The ontology of the paradigm is a non-singular reality. There is no single reality, and all individuals have their own and unique interpretations of reality. The methodology of this paradigm is a mixed methods, a combination of quantitative and qualitative research methods. The axiology is a value-laden, conducting research that benefits people.